Right. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another wonderful episode of Nat20Hot. A lot of stuff happened last time. If you are new to the stream, we are a bunch of friends that play Dungeons and Dragons together, and we are raising money for Extra Life, which is a foundation of America's children's hospitals. The best thing about donating to Extra Life is that if you make a donation, the money stays in your neck of the woods, going to hospitals in your area to make sure that children get the care that they so sorely need. Um, we are homebrew campaigns. We play a little fast and loose rules. We prioritize coolness and fun over everything else, and that's why we're here today. And last time we left our heroes, sadness, depression, terrible things occurred. Specifically, they were trapped in the sewer hideout of the Cinderkin after facing off with Randy's former employer, Gordon Trunchmer. With water flooding in around their feet and no discernible exit, Randy flew into a white-hot rage as he so often does, chasing after his adversary in search of revenge. Left with no way out, the rest of the party frantically searched for an exit, making their way through the treasure room, but admittedly leaving Dunk behind with no magical means to get him through a very locked door. However, everyone inevitably made it to the exit, and it was not long before the party chose to double back and head after Randy. And they masterfully blew open the collapsed door and found him toe to toe with the kingpin of the Cinderkin. The fight erupted while water continued to funnel in unimpeded, making their battle a tremendous slog. And after dealing the killing blow to Branwenn, Dunk and Randy finally managed to get Trunchmer pinned beneath the waves, but the onslaught of water proved too much. Letting go to finally check on Branwenn, Trunchmer made his escape, swimming to the exit, and hotly pursued by Dunk, who managed to corner him on the streets above and cleaved his legs from his body, killing him. But as Trunchmer drew his final breath, so too did Branwenn, drowned in her incapacitated state. Left with no means to revive her, Willem did the unthinkable, turning the dials of the planar amulet gifted to them by Zoltar and sending them hurtling to the Feywild, where a newly met stranger managed to bind Branwenn's soul to her body, keeping her within inches of death. Lost now in a new environment, a new world, the party must find a way to revive Branwenn and wrestle with the inner demons that drove them here. Did I miss anything, folks?
No. We were
I'm
also
dead.
All
doing
right.
really good act outs. I don't know if you saw that.
What's that?
We were doing really good act outs. I don't know if
Oh,
anybody saw that.
It's really good.
unfortunately, we're on camera now. I feel bad.
Well.
They were really good.
With
It was
the
very
start of
interpretive.
this, yes, with the start of this session and Branwen's character dead, or rather, Branwenn is dead. Steph, I will have you leave the call.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Zomboy.
Bye,
All
Zomboy.
This is why you want a new stream overlay.
That's right. Now you have to give me a minute to get the cameras positioned right.
Boy session.
It's a sausage party. No girls allowed.
The token D&D girl is gone.
There's
We
always
killed her.
We
Literally.
well, he died of
Literally.
causes. And I'm trying to right our wrong and bring her back to life, just like that Evanescence song. Wake me up.
All right, one moment here. Thanks for this is riveting television for those of you tuning in at home.
How's it going? How's your day? We here at Nat20Hot care about your mental and physical well-being.
All right, we got the four of us here, and to set the scene, we got a little bit of echo.
It's not me this time.
All right,
I don't believe it's
you
me.
have, I think it's Willem.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You have arrived in the Feywild, the world around you almost shifting and shimmering, like reality itself has taken on this vibrant, otherworldly hue. and you find yourself surrounded by a very old growth forest, but it's peculiar. The homes are carved directly into the trunks of these massive trees. You were once on the streets of Trowood, and now where markets were, there are trees as tall as the eye can see, vibrant bushes, critters skittering about. And the gentleman kneeling next to you, his face almost appears to shimmer as different shades of color almost flow through his skin like water through water. Bits of color streaking everywhere. Right now, there are faded shades of yellow and pink, his face stricken with concern. Apologies, his voice melodic as he speaks. I did what I could. Her soul is here now, but she is not alive. We'll need to seek out more healing. There's people I know in Silverhaven. It's not far from here. I can guide you there if you'd like.
Y- That would be much obliged. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Uh, sorry. Florin is my name. And if you just, he seems almost panicked. You're the first person that has arrived like this in some time. You can get the sense that his anxiety is getting the better of him. Uh, if you follow me, I, I could take us where we need to go. And he kind of stands himself off and dusts himself off. He's wearing these very extravagant looking clothes. The colors of his robes match and almost seem to shimmer and change as his reactions and his mood does. Just as the colors kind of streak across his face, the the colors of his outfit seems to reflect the mood that he is feeling. And right now they're dancing with shades of yellow and dark and reds and pinks that seem to reflect the anxiety that he's feeling.
Could I roll an insight check on Florin to see if he strikes me as trustworthy?
Sure.
Okay. That would be a hot 4.
The moment you are so overwhelmed from the events of the last 5 minutes, like your friend has just died in your arms, for
Sure.
lack of a better purpose, and you are a bit distraught for what it's worth.
Yeah, whatever gets us out of this fucking place fastest.
Yes.
Randy nods.
Fair
Uh,
enough. If you'd all
Mr.
just follow
Florin,
me.
are
Yes.
we doing something wrong by being here?
Oh, wrong. No, it's just how did you get here? And please follow this way. And he starts to walk off down a
Bonus
path.
working.
Uh, I pick up Branwenn's body and like fireman carry her as we go.
Oh yeah,
As we are
I gotta carry
circling,
her around.
I pull out the amulet and I show it to Florin, and I'm like, "Well, I got this from somebody, and somebody told me it would get us to the Feywild, and that's where Branwenn's from. And I figured somebody here might be able to help us save her because we couldn't do it as we were."
My, you must have been so overwhelmed. Really, it's quite incredible what you've done. People don't just arrive here anymore. Where did you get this?
A gentleman named Zoltar in Trowood. He's got
Oh,
crazy white hair,
Zoltar.
and
You, you're not from here, are you?
no,
No.
I don't think so.
Hmm. Peculiar. Very interesting. I, I can't say that this is a frequent occurrence, but people should pay you no mind if you keep your wits about you and perhaps wipe off some of that blood. And he kind of gestures to all of you who are kind of covered in the blood of of Gordon that you hacked to pieces in the square.
Yeah. Is there a crick or a wash basin somewhere around?
It's likely best we don't stray from the path. These woods can. And he starts to look around frantically. Well, they're not kind to strangers. I recommend we keep moving. Cleo and Poppy, they'll know what to do.
Understood.
Um, and he keeps walking. And as you progress through the forest, you note um, a symphony of colors and sensations, sights and sounds. There's this delicate scent of blooming flowers. Um, and as you walk through, the light from the sun is kind of dappled through the very high leaves. In your lives, you've never seen trees this tall. They seem to reach up into the heavens. And because of the massive canopy above you, the light does not hit the ground too well. In fact, it's hard to discern if it's even day or night at the moment. Um, but the air itself almost seems alive. In fact, as you progress further down this trail, you start to hear the distant sound of voices and the hums and bustles and faint, distant laughter that give you the sense that you're nearing somewhere. Dunk, roll
I am.
a history check.
Oh shit. Nat one.
You feel very uneasy. All of this
Yeah, I'm
place,
definitely.
you have an overwhelming sense of deja vu, but you can't quite put your finger on it of why you feel this way.
Okay. Yeah, the sooner we get out of this fucking place, the better. I do not like it here.
Things are a little weird. But yeah. You guys think I did the right thing trying to save Branwenn, right?
I just kind of look at him.
Yes, but I
Thank
am
you,
ready.
Dunk.
I am. I want out. I am ready to be out.
Understood. Randy, you're a little silent there.
I I reach into my pack and I light up a joint
Okay.
and I start smoking it. And I offer it to I like hold it out to Willem.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a hit.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
to not get scared. Uh 14. Am I scared on a 14?
At the moment, you're feeling fine, but you are very tired. At the moment, you are suffering from multiple levels of exhaustion. And all of you are quite weird and are weary and battered from your encounter.
We're also weird.
We are also weird. So this Trollwood that you come from, is is it a fair city, big city? What? Tell me all about it. You get the sense that he's starting to come down, Florin. The pinks and yellows are starting to fade. There's some rich hues of blue that are collecting around his jowls.
Hmm.
Anybody else want to take that?
It's a shithole.
Oh, fair enough.
We've actually
Any
been getting creatures from, well, I think here coming in lately.
whatever do you mean?
Oh, well, yeah, I'm not really from Trellwood. I just wandered in one day and then there was this big like wolf sort of creature, and then there's rumors about things coming in from the woods, and um have you heard of a guy called Hansen Deity?
I say the name rings a bell, but Silverhaven is a large city. Perhaps you could ask around while you're there.
Yeah, we have it on good authority that he's summoning things from over here to come into our place.
Fascinating. So you're saying you're not the first to plane walk?
I would assume not, probably then. No.
That's
Well, especially because
interesting.
Branwenn, she's from here, but she was in our place, so we must not be the first if she got over there somehow.
My friend here, Branwenn, is from the Feywild.
Oh yeah, she got kicked out though or
Fascinating.
something.
Kicked out. I see.
I maybe shouldn't be
Well,
telling you this.
it's fine. I understand that you've all probably been through a lot. Um, just a couple of words of warning as guests in Silverhaven. It is it's a large city, but it's even small by the wild standards. So keep your wits about you and don't talk to people that you don't know, which I suppose would be anybody. If you haven't been here before, it's best to keep to yourself. And the biggest thing I'll let you know is don't touch the mushrooms. your friend here, and he's kind of eyeing you nervously with your joint, seems like the type that might wish to indulge in things like that, and well, they're very important to the ecosystem of the city. You see, there's not much light here, and well, you'll see as we get closer, it's a bit harder to explain. And as you begin to venture deeper, the city of Silverhaven unveils itself. It starts to come into view. Um, the old growth forest starts to open up just a bit, but the large branches and trunks of the trees still extend high up into the air. And as you get closer to the city gates, you find that the buildings themselves continue to be built out of the frames of these trunks. Um, the architecture is almost woven into the branches, it's woven into the bark of the trees, at each tree a building in its own right, separated by the expansive streets that open up as you enter the city itself. And sure enough, just as Florin said, you find that lanterns of bioluminescent mushrooms cast a soft, ethereal glow, turning the streets into these winding, incandescent, almost magical places. Um, and for the first time, each of you sees creatures that you've never seen once before in your lives. These fairies floating about with large wings, goats that seem to walk on two legs with manlike features. Um, Little sprites float past you, leaving shimmering light in their wake. And the blossoms that you smelled earlier, and the laughter and the hums and the noises that you heard are all very apparent now, almost like honeyed nectar dripping over you as you enter this very magical feeling place. It almost feels romantic. Um, and each of you has this wave of comfort wash over you as you pass underneath this silver laden gate that clearly gives the city its name.
Wow, that's
Wow.
a nice place you got here.
Yes, it's small by the wild standards, but it's home
It is much larger than Trowood, yes.
very much. This is the largest city you've ever seen in your life. Yes, it's not surprising, I must admit, but it's just around the bend here. We'll be there any moment now. And he pauses for a moment as she gestures to like the glade ahead of you, where the buildings are fewer and further between. You've kind of gone off of the main thoroughfare here, passing by the many different creatures, who, for the most part, pay you very little mind. You get the sense that even though you are out of the norm here, you're not important to their daily lives. Like even in Trowood, Willem, you would feel the eyes of the random passerby upon you for your
Your
horns.
horns. Yep.
Um, it, you just get the sense that you're not significant to these individuals' daily lives. And he pauses here in front of a large glade, and he points across the way to a gate that kind of gives way to this house, which is nestled in the base of this very colossal tree, as many of the buildings are. But dancing around the tree itself is this very elegant vertical garden that extends from the base of the trunk, about as high as one could theoretically reach, particularly Randy in his height. Um, there's a lot of delicate vines that kind of weave up the side, and in the greater scheme of things, you would never even see the bark of the tree based on what they've managed to grow on the outside of it. And he walks you up to the fence line, and perched upon it is a very delicate little signpost with a peculiar symbol on it. And he nods to you and says, "I, I'll leave you here. Cleo and Poppy will be able to help you. If you end up staying, and things go well with your friend, you can find me at Blossom and Bruce. I perform there most nights. It's just back on the main thoroughfare, about a 10-minute walk down the street."
Thank you kindly. What kind of performing do you do, just out of curiosity?
Well, I'm a bard of sorts, I suppose.
Mm.
I play the lute, but really any manner of instrument that I find in my hands, I'm comfortable in. And for the first time, you see these pops of like really regal purple and gold flash across his face, where he lets his true personality shine just a little bit before subduing himself.
I'm a bit of a lutenist myself, so I'd love to hear you play.
I do wish you luck with your friend. I apologize that I couldn't do more, but you found someone at the right time, and I understand she must mean a lot to you.
Oh,
I wish you the best.
thank you. And I would like to try to toss Florin a piece of gold for his troubles, mostly because I want to see the reaction.
Um, he kind of stumbles back as he takes it, and he just kind of bats his hand down as the gold blink falls to the floor. I, I don't. It would be inappropriate for me to take that. Anyone would have done the same. And a flash of yellow cascades across his face.
Oh, well,
Oh,
thank you kindly.
Yes,
We'll be begging your pardon now.
yes, I do. Have a wonderful day. And he kind of darts off at a bit of a brisk pace, especially considering how you all walked here. So yes, you find yourselves in front of this colossal tree house, as it were. You're standing outside the gate with this small little picket sign with a little metal um, symbol hanging from it.
What does the symbol look like?
You can make a religion check.
I'm not so good at that one. 10.
All right,
9.
Willem recognizes this particular symbol as the holy symbol of Morn, the Dawnbringer. You know him to be one of the prime deities of Yusan's pantheon
Interesting.
of gods and goddesses, and is known for being the god of the sun and new days and summer and things of that nature. He is likely one of the most widely prayed to gods in Yusan.
Okay. Cool.
Is it
All right.
Morne?
Morn.
Just
Oh,
Morn.
like the
Okay.
morning.
Oh, like the
Not at all like the morning.
Excuse me.
Hmm.
All right, boys. Do you want to just handle this in a very conventional way? We go in, ask for help. Like, I don't know, people here are kind of weird.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little bit better though,
Well, that's
but
good.
I'm still kind of. Let's just get Branwenn and get
Yeah.
back to the shithole.
I like these guys.
All right. We Willem's gonna open the gate and go up and knock on the door.
All right. As you approach the house, you hear this very hearty laugh from within. It almost shakes the trees, leaves almost tumbling down upon you as you hear this uproarious laughter from inside. And you knock on the door, and within just a few moments, this very broad, for lack of better terms, broad individual stands in the doorway, their shirt unbuttoned several bit of the ways down towards his navel, where bits of fur begin to creep up from his what do you call it when legs are from his bow legs. That as you scan him top to bottom, you get the sense that this man is a half goat, half human of some kind. He has small little horns that pop out from his head, but certainly it's the most peculiar thing that you've ever seen in your time. And he looks at you and says, "Guests in my house. Welcome, mates. What can we do for you? She's not dead, is she?
Oh,
You guys here to kill us?"
no, no.
No,
Uh,
not.
she is dead. We were told we could come
Oh,
here and get
oh
help.
God. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Just making a little bit of fun. Didn't mean to. Are you here? Sorry. I'll let you finish this time.
Oh, yeah, Florin, we found him and he said you could help us out. Um,
Florin, don't know him. Sounds like a cheery old fella, though. Yeah, why don't you come on in the house? You're looking for Cleo. Cleo's the healer of the family. She can help you out. Why don't you come on in and we'll get you settled. Just mind your head. Everything's a little bit smaller in here. Big fella. Just be careful. And Randy, for the first time, you notice the fact that this house was made for somebody who's at least half your size and then some. And so you're definitely going to have to be squatting most of the time.
I take Branwenn off my shoulder and like hold her regularly, like a child. And I I do this kind of motion, and I go in like that.
Well, perfect. Yeah, make yourself at home. Oh, mind your head there. Yeah, why don't you all take a seat here and tell me what we got going on? Cleo, Cleo.
No, Cleo, the water.
I
it's
might
an
look a little weird because I
invitation.
am like half octopus. You know.
Hmm.
Uh,
Go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say. So yeah, we our friend here. We've been led to believe she might be from the Feywild, and we were in a little incident back where we came from, and yeah, well,
Not
No,
where
she
you came from.
she
Where's
is the
that
Fae.
then? Oh yeah,
well,
we can tell she's an Eladrin. Just look at her.
yeah, we're from a different place. Just
Bunch of
out
out of
of
townies then, eh?
yeah, that's it, out of
From the
towners.
normal wild.
Normal Wild. Can't say I've heard of that place.
I'm from the
But
normal.
fair enough. I think I'm mopping up with your spilling. Not every day we get plane walkers in here. My. Well, we can certainly help your friend, but gonna cost you, I think. Probably about 15,000 gold.
Well, I've got 4,847. Where should I
I'm
send
yanking your chain, man. Of
it?
course
Well,
not. You've entered a house of Morn. Ah, we love the gods here. No, of course we can help revive your friends. Let's take a look at her, shall we? And for the first time, you see this very dainty-looking individual flutter down, and she kind of lands and perches herself on this individual's shoulder. She's like, "Oh man, almost forgot. I am Puck. This is Cleo." And Cleo just very like nonchalantly waves at you all. She has this very vacant expression on her face. She wears these very large, peculiar glasses with almost like a rose film over them that make it difficult to see her eyes.
Chris, how hot are they both?
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Puck's all right. Puck's a 9. You know, he's
And
average.
can I
And
make a
again,
late
you're also
hotness
taken
roll?
aback. Like a late what?
A late hotness roll for Florin. Is his name?
Oh, sure, sure. Florin was an 18, very handsome fella.
Oh, nice.
And Cleo is a 7. You get the sense that she's got this kind of like inferiority complex going on. Her hair is very tousled and unkempt, but she is, very small. She is, for people who might be educated on the subject, but none of you are, a fairy. She's very small. She has these little brown wings, brown cascading hair. She looks generally unkempt, but also just generally displeased. She has this perpetual, she's resting bitch face. And
Oh.
she's just looking really miserable that you all are here. And she kind of, furls her fingers at you all and says, "Ah, bunch of out of towners. Dead girl. What happened to her?"
She drowned
She died.
in a sewer.
Drowned. Drowned? You
That
say
guy.
drowned in a sewer, huh? Was this little knife mark going across the chest? That feels like the bigger cause of death.
Oh yeah, she also
Oh
got cut
yeah.
a few times.
Yeah, a lot of blood here, a lot of cuts. Also a lot. She was cut by a poison blade, and
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
oh, this does not look good, fellas. This doesn't look good at all. Um, you give us a moment, and they start whispering to each other, and you all are kind of left to sit there at the table.
And we listen in sneakily.
Make a perception check.
I perceive 10.
I perceive 15.
I perceived 20.
Oh wait,
Ooh.
hang
All
on.
of
No, I
you,
got +1. No, I've got dirty 20.
all of you are able to hear the conversation with great detail, with very little difficulty, but it's not in a language that you can understand. They seem to be muttering back and forth to each other in a language that you don't recognize and is peculiar to you.
Is it by any chance
But
centaur or minotaur? Excuse me.
it is not. It is
Damn.
Sylvan.
I
Okay.
speak Sylvan.
Ah, well, since you rolled the lowest, you're able to make out a word or two. Specifically, you hear Puck as talk about, yeah, yeah, we'll take it into the next room where it won't be that impactful on them. And they turn back to you and they say, right, so we're a little worried that this might be a little bit harder than I might have. Well, I know I can kind of convinced you out there that we could do this, but this is a poison I haven't seen before, so I kind of feel like this might be hard on you. So Cleo's going to stay here with you and just keep you company. And I'm going to take her and see if we can't find an antidote that will work on this poison and get it back up and going. I know this might be difficult for you, so I understand if you don't want to do that, but we are the best chance you got. Um, I'll let you all talk. He kind of steps back sheepishly.
Hey, Randall, just wondering, like, if we were able to do like a rest kind of situation, could you, with your magic, maybe bring her back?
I would be able to. Yeah. She died 1 minute ago.
Oh, well, that is not the situation. And your god, whoever it is that you're worshiping in your own way, like,
Morn?
not you, Puck. I thought you were in the other room. Sorry.
Sorry, no, no, we're all standing right here. I'm
Oh,
offering to take Branwenn into the other room where we will perform the ritual.
my mistake. Yes. What do you guys think? Ritual?
Yeah.
Would she be mad? What?
I think she'd
A
be
I
mad
dead
kind of
at you.
friend? You
I
worried about your dead friend being mad?
well,
Kind of
I
feel like
turned to
second
Puck and
chance
said,
on life
like,
might make me happy.
well, I don't know if like this was disrespectful to your customs or anything.
Oh,
Maybe
nah.
like
Her soul's
sometimes
still
things
here,
get.
so we're really more interested about bringing the soul back. More often than not, the soul's not here. So whoever you worked with in the beginning is really quite a good what they do. And the thing is, when a soul goes bye, it's you got to reach it from the claws of death, and death usually doesn't like that, and Morn doesn't like that either. But see, the soul's still here, so we got something to work with. So it's kind of what it is. It is what it is.
All right.
Uh, I turn to Puck and I say, can if I were to neutralize the poison, would that make any difference?
Potentially, I don't really know, but we can certainly try. I feel pretty good about the ritual, but it's just more so if it doesn't work, I don't want you to have to see the light fade from her eyes. Uh,
Couldn't hurt.
Well,
And
I've
I
already done it,
might as
so
well.
well, I cast protection from poison just on her real quick. It just neutralizes any poison that's inside her.
Puck kind of looks and nods. Still dead, so why don't we, I'll take her into the other room, give it a shot, and you all can get settled. I'm sure you're tired. You're very bloody, and, have a rest, as it were.
That sounds wonderful.
Can I
We
watch?
Yeah, sure, you can watch.
Randy, make sure he
Um,
doesn't do any weird shit, okay?
I will have a rest.
so this will be a short rest that you all will be taking at the table. Um, Puck is going to stand up and carry Branwen's body into an adjourning room. Randy, as you walk into this room, you do see like a pretty standard like shrine. Given your cleric background, you do recognize this as a pretty well maintained and uh, carefully organized uh, shrine to Morn. And Puck kind of places her body in front of it, and he goes, "So, you're a cleric as well? Who? big fan of Morn, or are you somebody else?
I don't really. Not anymore.
Not anymore. More of a floater, I see. Fair enough. All right, well, I'm gonna start this magic stuff now. And he starts moving his hands around in different directions and saying a lot of things in that language that you don't understand.
I'm just gonna look for
Uh,
anything that like I know to be either suspicious or something out of the
Sure.
ordinary that I would expect.
You can make an insight check if you'd like.
I will do that.
Randy and
A
Willem
5.
taking. Okay. You don't really recognize anything that he's doing, but again, you're new to this area, and maybe they have different customs. Willem and Dunk, you're seated at the table, and Cleo has kind of shifted herself from Puck's shoulder as he walks into the other room and kind of sits crisscross applesauce on the table in front of you. Tea.
Sure, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, tea. That'll work.
Great.
Chris, is it okay if I
Mm.
roll my hit dice to get life back?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You're taking a standard short rest, and Cleo will kind of move her hands in different directions. She bumps into things a lot, almost absent-mindedly, because she kind of floats about the room. She'll catch her foot on the edge of the chair, drop a glass, but inevitably she gets a tea going and she kind of sits down in front of you. She goes, "So, not from around here, I suppose.
hmm
Um, what brings you here to beautiful Silverhaven?"
Oh, that would be mostly our dead
That would
friend.
be her. Yeah.
Mm, sure, sure.
Yeah. How'd you get into the Morn business? And I'm a little surprised. I heard you were the healer, and he's in there with our friend.
Oh, we're all healers here.
Oh,
You know, we all serve Morn, so
You don't seem
kind
too
of is what it
jazzed to be
is.
here.
Well,
Are you being Fey trafficked?
what?
Fey trafficked.
have you been brought here without
Fey
your
person.
consent?
No, I mean this is my house, so
We just like to check about these things. We know people who have been human trafficked, and it usually leaves
The
a.
Holly Hunters are very anti-trafficking.
oh, okay. I mean, I suppose it's a good thing. It's not often that we see that happen around here, but I suppose it's good that someone cares about it. Um, sorry, enjoy the tea. Yeah.
So, like, how'd you get into the whole healing business?
Um, I don't, it's just kind of what we do, I guess.
Is this what you wanted to do when you were a little bug?
Little bug? What
Yeah.
exactly do you think I am?
You're like a dragonfly, right? That can talk?
You all really aren't around from around here. I'm a fairy.
Oh. Uh well, I'm sorry if I've offended you. I meant no offense.
It's okay. It's not like we're, bringing your friend back from the brink of death in there.
I offered to pay. Listen, I don't want
Oh,
no
well,
quarrel. I'm very sorry. I'm very grateful for what you're doing.
it's perfectly fine. We don't get a lot of visitors around here. Are all of you drinking the tea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not.
No, Randy is not. After a few moments, each of you feels awash, and everything around you starts to get a little fuzzy. Things start to fade, colors
Drug
desaturate,
Mm.
and all of a sudden, Willem, the realm oscillates around you. It goes from vibrant and colorful to eerie and dark, and suddenly you're standing amid a village. It feels familiar. And then, as quickly as you arrive in this village, people are flowing towards you, charging at you in your general direction. They're running, coming up to you as fast as they possibly can, but then they're running past you. They're looking beyond you, pitchforks in their hands, torches raised. One of them grabs you, shoves a torch in your hand. Come on, we're finishing this.
I am stunned.
Don't just stand there, let's go.
I go.
All right. You begin to soldier off, flanked on either side by droves of people. Dunk, you awaken in a familiar forest. It feels almost alien, flashing between vibrant colors and the broad trunks that you've seen just as you were walking in here, to the familiarity of the autumn and auburn colors and shades of the forests of Yusan that you grew up in. And for the first time, you realize you've been here before. The forest outside Silverhaven. The first time magic ever erupted around you, it was here. The rustling of leaves turns ominous. The once familiar woods transform to a labyrinth of twisting trees and haunting darkness. You hear the echo of voices from behind you. Their screams start to mangle in your ears. Suddenly, the pounding of feet racing up towards you, gaining on you. The only thing in front of you, the open maw of the labyrinth that's opened up ahead of you.
I run headfirst in.
Make a nature check.
Ooh. Never mind that. Oh, I am not good at that. 9. Oh no, sorry, 7.
Quickly, as you run through, you turn left, you turn right, you're back where you started. You go deeper into the labyrinth again, trying to navigate the vines and the branches seemingly twisting and changing as you make your way through it. You look over your shoulder. The wall that was the entryway you came through is now a wall. Everywhere you turn, you find yourself lost. Willem, as you make your way through this crowd, you trudge deeper into the town, get caught up in the angry cries. Suddenly, the crowd stops. Ahead of you, a ramshackle house. A man stumbles out of the home before you. Please, Bernard, you have to stop this madness.
I don't like this.
Are you doing anything?
Is that my pop?
Roll a perception check.
I need to fetch my dice.
Oh, thanks.
11.
You do recognize this as your father. The similarities are uncanny. The rigid jawline, the wispy hair. This is your father. This is your childhood home.
This is the bad day.
It's the bad day.
I turn around and say, "What are you doing?"
The individual next to you, amidst the crowd of people carrying pitchforks and torches, burn this house to the ground. They dealt with dark magic, and they'll be punished for it in this life and the next.
Well, oh man.
That Spawn did to Bernard is unforgivable, and his family will pay for it.
I just yell, "Run! You
Make a
gotta
performance
get
check.
out!"
Make a performance check.
I don't have much natural charisma. 8. Rolling real good today, guys.
Your voice is just drowned out in the cries of voices and clamors for pain, and someone shouts, "Charge!" And suddenly the man that clambered out of the house and begged for help is tossed to the ground violently before a torch is hurled at the home in front of you, quickly igniting the thatch roof.
My trauma. I I don't even know, man. I I run in and try to save whoever's in there.
You barge through, you throw your shoulder into the door, but find it just won't let you in. Make a strength check.
Strength check.
Yes.
7.
The door just stands fast, even as the home begins to burn around it. You feel a grip on your shoulder as you're whirled around, and you come face to face with this broad shouldered man, mid-30s, very fit build, but he has this tender, long cut across his cheek, as though it were barred that day. What are you doing, boy?
It's just we got to get the freak in there and make sure they're really dead.
He considers that for a moment. Dunk, you find yourself lost in this labyrinth of wood and vines. What are you doing?
Can I try cutting my way out? Or cutting my
Sure.
way through?
You can roll to strike some of the vines.
I guess I'll just like roll to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, not good. 11.
Swinging recklessly, you take your battle axe and you cleave through the branches, many of them shearing in its wake. But suddenly it catches. Clunk. You hear a heavy crunch and a cry of pain as your axe catches in the shoulder of an individual on the other side of the wall, his
I'm gonna
back to you.
reach my hand in and pull them out.
You grab the figure, pull him back towards you, and very quickly you're struck. It's Oleander, the brother you didn't eat, at least not by choice. Oleander, your closest chum. Your day is running with Borgen's band, but now his face is angled, twisted, his legs seemingly cracked in two, his shoulder cleaved open, your battle axe still stuck in the sinew. Dunk! You left us.
It,
Left us to die.
it wasn't my fault.
Where did you go?
Honestly, I have
We've
no
all
idea.
been waiting here.
I tried to get back. I don't know what happened.
Morgan is. He's looking for you. We all have been.
Where?
It's here, someone. Oh, you're gonna have to let me go.
No, I'll take you with me.
I think, you look at my legs. I'm not going anywhere. Randy, what are you doing?
I'm watching this guy, and I'm smoking out of my pipe. It's not a joint; it's a pipe. That's my lore change.
He just keeps shifting his hands around, and nothing really happening. It's been long enough where you're almost uncomfortably awkward.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, man, sorry things are a bit out of practice. Perhaps you want to go hang out with your friends. Get a little, you know, or something."
No, that's all right, man. Though I appreciate the
Fair enough.
concern.
Fair enough. Yeah.
No,
Sure.
I'm
Sure.
really interested in this. It kind of just seems like you're doing the same thing over and over. Like, can you
Well,
walk me through?
if you were a servant of Morn, you might understand it, but seeing as how you're not, that's why it might feel a little peculiar to you. But don't
Oh,
worry, things are happening in the weave. Don't worry, it's all happening.
yeah. I'm just here to learn, man. I want to know. I'm a
Sure,
cleric. I want to know how to
sure.
heal. If I can,
Hard to say you're a cleric if you don't have a god, no?
I I
Right?
I
Kind of peculiar.
I used to, worship
Used to.
uh, Adara.
Adara, sure, the Hearthkeeper, but Can you really call yourself a cleric if you don't, still worship Adara?
I heal people, don't I?
Healing people doesn't make you a cleric, just as much as being a cleric doesn't make you a healer.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I found kind of not a god, but different kind of force to channel my divinity through.
You serve yourself.
More or less.
That's always good.
Everything's
get a bit
connected,
lonely,
though. I
though.
serve myself. I serve everyone. We're all one. The real fallacy here is thinking that the gods are more than we are, when we are all gods.
Yeah, I mean, up until about that point, but I gotta say, when you're standing here over your dead friend, it doesn't really make you think that you're a god, does it?
Gods die.
Haven't met one yet that does. Willem, here you are, standing face to face with Bernard outside your burning house, your childhood home.
Yup. Is there a lot of
What do you
chaos
do?
going on?
There is indeed a lot of chaos.
Do I have my stuff?
Yeah, you have all your stuff.
I'm gonna try to stab him in the stomach, but not before
Okay.
speaking the word to ignite my sword.
Nice. Roll initiative and roll to hit.
Initiative would be a 7.
Okay.
And roll to hit on my first strike would be a 14.
Okay. That does not hit. You do get another strike because you're taking a surprise round.
Well, and I also get a 2 attacks per action.
Yes.
That's going to be a 6, so that's worse. I'm really rolling
Does
bad.
not hit. Bernard stands in front of you, taking the quarterstaff he has in front of you, beats your sword to the side, beats your sword to the side. Says, pathetic wimp. If you're not with us, then you're against us. And he's going to strike out at you with burning hands.
Do I get to try to
And
hit him
are you
again
hit?
for my second attack for a surprise round? Or no?
Didn't you miss?
No,
The surprise. I was saying 2 actions because you had the surprise round.
well, I get 2 attacks per action.
Right. So you had your 2 attacks on the surprise round, and he rolled higher than you in initiative.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So that is 19 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
And that is 12 fire damage.
Am I still healed up from last time?
You took your short rest.
Yeah. Okay.
So you are all good there. And the flames burn around you, and as they encapsulate your face and just singe your hair, you cover your eyes as you open them. You find yourself lying on the ground. Not in the woods, not in the city where you just were. You're lying on the streets of Trowood. It all feels like you never left. The body of Gordon Trunchmer is lying in a heap before you, and everything feels very normal. In fact, you feel as though you didn't even take any damage at all. And suddenly, a hand, pale and fair, extended out to you.
Who's the hand attached to?
As you look up, you see none other than Gwen, smiling at you, offering her your hand, offering you her hand. My, looks like you've seen a bit of a day.
When that's putting it mildly. Sorry. Where are my friends?
Well, I don't know. You were all here one moment and then gone the next, but here you are.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
Come on, let me help you get up.
Yeah. All right. And I take her hand.
As you take her hand, you remain frozen to the ground. The
Oh.
ground seemingly opens up beneath her. Frail, sickly green hands extend out from underneath the soil, rupturing the cobblestones of the street. She looks horrified, reaching out for you, begging for help.
I try to help her and wrestle her out of those sickly green frail hands.
Suddenly, you hear another voice. You need to save her. You need to take revenge. You are not strong enough. We can make you stronger. As Gwen slips through your hands and between into the ethereal plane, she disappears. The ground ruptures around you, and your vision begins to fade. You see a glade at the center of a forest, a single stump covered in moss, clearer than the last time you've seen it, familiar, like a dream you've had before. You're the closest you've ever been. And the vision fades, and seated where the stump had been, your empty teacup. As Cleo's living room and hearth come into view.
Damn. Damn.
Young, you're trapped in the forest, your axe embedded in the shoulder of your old friend Oleander. But suddenly the sound of footsteps and heavy boots grow closer.
I am going to turn to the sound of the footsteps. Well,
You
pull
turn
my
and
axe out of Oleander.
out of Oleander. You turn and face the sound as they round the corner. A familiar face stands ahead of you, flanked by a number of his men. It's Borgin. Just as big as you remembered him, his fur matted with blood, teeth filed down into jagged peaks. There you are. Thought you could run away like a pathetic little piggy, but here you are.
You know, I tried so hard to come back to you, but you know what? I've learned a lot, and me and
Have you
Oleander, we don't
now?
need you.
You don't need me. That's so.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know where the fuck I am. I don't know what's going on, but you, I don't trust you anymore. I don't like you.
You talk from such a tiny little thing. We'll see about that. He raises his bloodied great axe and brings to cleave it down upon you, but all of a sudden a portal opens up around you. You feel your body truly ripping in two. Your chest begins to pull apart from your lower haunches. It's like that same day all over again, the day it first happened. Magics ripping out, firing from every orifice, your arms splitting off, bits of green and yellow fireballs flying out from you. It strikes Borgin and Oleander in the face. Oleander shouts out to you, his finger lit with a light. You feel insight, knowledge, something you haven't felt or known before, but a memory once lost. As you feel this enormous amount of pain, and suddenly, boom, you thump down into the chair and you see your companion next to you, sweating, and little Cleo just sitting crisscross applesauce on the table. Enjoy your tea?
Willem is going to reach out and grab her violently.
Make a dexterity check.
Can he get assistance from me to?
Yeah, you can roll collective dexterity to pounce on the table.
Guess what? I did pretty good on this one.
I have
17.
advantage on dexterity checks because I've got my go fast gloves.
Your go fast gloves.
That's what I called them because I didn't have a name.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
I do like that name.
18.
Collectively, the two of you pounce on the table before she's even able to make a move, but suddenly, a little popping noise, and she's across the room. You guys really haven't met a fairy before. Particularly hard to capture.
What the fuck did you just do to us?
Didn't really do anything. Your memories are really easy to maneuver. I don't know. I just like to do it to new folks. Your friends was particularly interesting. I had a good time in his mind, but I don't really know what he's doing in there. Puck can't heal anybody. So if he thinks he's seeing anything good, he's not that bright.
So, what is it that you two are playing at? Because if you're not healing our friend and you're just getting the horrible memories of our traumatic pasts, it doesn't seem like you're really holding up your end of the bargain here.
Well, to be perfectly clear, like they're not just your memories. It's your future.
Sorry, what?
What?
She takes her glasses off for the first time, and you see finally that her eyes are colorless and grayed. Um, you note for the first time that she is blind. She's, yeah, what I can't see in reality, I see in the beyond.
Uh huh. So, if you look into the beyond, do you see our friend getting healed?
Oh yeah, once Poppy's home, she'll heal her up real quick.
Who's Poppy?
That'll be my wife, you know, cleric of Morn. She's out do-gooding right now, so
So,
she'll be here any minute.
what's Puck doing exactly, and why'd you let him do it?
Oh, he's just probably waving his hands around. I don't know, he really likes to mess with people, and quite honestly, he's been here for so long that I kind of forget why we have him around, but he's usually good for stuff like this, so I let him do it.
For stuff like giving people false hope that you can bring their friend back from the dead? I'm not really
He'll be
having a good time
fine.
right now, if that's not abundant.
He'll be fine. Oh my god. Puck. They're really fucking pissy. And Randy, for the first time, you see Puck kind of throw up his hands. Listen, mate, I love pranking people as much as the next guy, but you've got to be pulling a fast one on me. You mean to tell me you think that I'm actually doing what I'm doing right now?
I tend to trust people.
Explains why you're here, I suppose, and just walking in, accepting anybody's help of bringing your friend. Listen, Poppy's not home right now, but she'll be home any minute.
Yeah,
Gods, you make things less fun by doing things like this.
our friend is dead. You had a whole cleric of Morn thing that you literally said you would be able to help, and
Cleo, I don't think they like this joke.
you're playing a prank. Yeah, I'm not thrilled right
Yeah.
now.
You guys have a lot to learn about this place. Gods above.
Randy, don't
Man.
drink the tea unless you want to hallucinate through your worst nightmares and your past, present, and future.
No, not
Future?
You
hallucinate.
might want to do.
It's not a hallucinogen.
Future?
Yeah, it's your
Apparently, you saw a
future, you
vision.
know.
That's what the bug said.
Cena seems pretty interesting.
Cena mentioned Randy's eyes.
The Super Saiyan.
My iris is dilate.
Whoa. All right, mate. Let's calm it down just a little bit. Something's up with your eyes there. Everything all right? We're sorry. Believe us when we say Scout's honor this time. Poppy, we'll revive your friend. She's barely dead. It'll be fine.
You're trying to tell me that all of my friends had hallucinogenic experiences except for me?
Yeah, well, you were in there with me, so you didn't get the opportunity to, feel. Truth be told, fellas, it's not the tea. It's Cleo. She's got that kind of
No,
power
give me the
to.
tea. Give me the tea.
You drink the tea
I do.
and feel nothing.
Randall, I lived through the worst day of my life. I watched my father die in front of my eyes for a second time.
That sounds like an incredible way to relive traumas in a unharmful and constructive way. I hope that you learned a lot from it and can process your trauma a little bit better because of it.
I'm feeling more destructive than constructive at the moment, not gonna lie.
All about the state of mind.
All of a sudden, you hear a little dingle dingle. Sweetheart, you didn't tell me that we were having guests.
no.
Oh my god! And this very lovely looking blonde fairy with very similar shape and structure to Cleo comes floating into the room, her wings beating, and she has this very like wispy blonde hair that cascades around her, and she looks at all of you and she goes, "Oh my god! Welcome, welcome, welcome! What brings y'all here today?"
Are you Poppy?
The very same. I couldn't be happier to meet y'all.
How hot is Poppy?
Poppy is canonically gorgeous.
Oh, okay.
She's a 19.
Is she also a bug?
She is a bug or a fairy.
Okay. She's already married, it's fine. We need our friend resurrected from the dead.
I pick her up from the other room and bring Branwenn over, just kind of loosely
Oh,
holding her corpse.
oh goodness. What has happened here? My my. Oh my God. They did one of their funny little pranks again, right? Don't believe a word she says. They ain't visions. They just hallucinogens.
Yeah, it was a really funny prank.
Well, it kind of whispers and floats up towards your ears so that nobody else can hear, Willem. You know, we really like Puck, but he kind of just showed up here one day, and he just brings such a lovely attitude to the whole place. But sometimes, he can go a little bit too far. And Cleo's always down to help him, but you gotta let Cleo be Cleo. Like she's just, oh, she's the light of my life. I just, she doesn't really know how to talk about these things, so
We have a habit of
I'm really
offering
sorry.
people tea and then making them relive the worst memories of their lives.
It's not so much the tea as much as her. She just doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, but I thought I was getting a
It's
cup
not.
of Earl Grey, so that's the problem here.
You probably did. It's not the tea, son. It's her. She sees the great beyond, but not really. She's got away with people's minds. That's all. You really ain't from around here, are you, hun?
No. I would please
No.
like you
Yeah,
to
well,
fix my friend, please, and then we will leave.
it'd be my pleasure. Just give me a minute here, and she concentrates and starts to float her hands over Branwenn's body. And within just a few moments of light radiating from her hands, Branwenn sputters, coughs, and bits of water fly out of her mouth, and she returns.
That's it. I just come back.
And you're just back.
Oh,
Was there no second character? Was it
hey.
a prank the whole time?
It was.
I thought she was
Oh,
gonna come back
A
possessed by
furious
another soul or
prank.
something.
No, I just didn't come back at all. Or as a second guy. I'm just the same guy.
oh.
Planned this basically the moment after she died.
Yeah. I was like, nah. Yeah. So I'm awake now.
You are indeed awake. You are in a very unfamiliar place in terms of uh, decor and je ne sais quoi, but you are keenly aware that you are in the Feywild.
I just look around. What the fuck did you just do?
You died.
Hey,
So
honey, don't worry. It's sorry. I'll let your friends talk. And Poppy kind of backs away. And as you watch her, she kind of goes over and she smacks Cleo upside the head. He goes, "Stop doing that to guests."
absolute abuse.
What the fuck did you do?
Yeah, so you died and we were desperate and like I don't know, we kind of like you and didn't want you to be dead, so I did the only thing I could think of and brought you to the Feywild and tried to get help to bring you back to life and you're back to life, so everything's fine, right?
I put her down on her feet.
This is bad. This is really bad.
Is it worse than you being dead?
Maybe.
Oh, well,
Branwenn's just gonna have a panic attack. I'm really not supposed to be here. Oh shit. We need to go. Can we go back right now? Is that fine?
can we go
We
back
can't be
right
here.
now?
Can you?
Oh god. No, if
It's
people know that I'm here, it's gonna be really, really bad.
like 3 people know that you're here. It's fine. It's well, these guys and
Who
someone
the
named
fuck are these people?
they're clerics
I
of
don't know.
Morn and
Hey,
they did
honey.
go ahead.
Hey, Poppy. Cleo, and this is Puck, and we're super happy that you're back and alive, girl. But really, you should be thanking the person that you first met when you were here, whoever bound your soul to your body. Oh, you owe them many, many thanks. It would not have been so easy had they not done that.
It was
Who the fuck bound my soul to my body?
some guy named Florin.
Do I know a guy
Oh,
named Florin?
Florin, he's so sweet. I love that Florin. You know, if you ever want to see him perform, he's just got the loveliest singing voice down at what's that little place down on Silver Lane? Honey?
Something in Blossom.
Hun? Honey? Look at Blossoms and Brews. Blossoms and Brews, ain't that just the cutest name?
Have I heard of either of those things?
You've heard of Blossoms and Brews, and you now know that you are in the city of Silverhaven, which the only defining characteristic to you is that you know that the Lord of the Winter Court of Silverhaven is none other than Valthor Frostbane, uncle of Walder Frostbane.
So we're in Winter Court territory?
You're just in a city. You know of your knowledge of the politics of the Feywild. There are specific courts where cities exist in those courts. Silverhaven is not one of them, and it's ruled by an enclave of representatives from each court.
Can
So wait.
can no, go ahead. Go ahead.
So wait. So what's his name? Is it here?
You don't know if Walder is here, but you know his uncle definitely is.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Randall, you look like you had something to ask.
Can Randy give Branwenn a hug?
I mean, she probably
Kenny?
lets it happen. She probably doesn't
Yeah.
feel too great right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Randy hugs you for like 5 seconds, like a little bit too long, and then let's go.
Oh, fuck. Randy, I'm so sorry.
No, what the fuck? I let you die.
Also, we got him.
I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
Wait, you
we
got
did.
him for real?
Yeah, Dunk chopped his legs off. It was pretty gross.
Oh shit. All right, well, I
Um,
feel a little less bad.
are you?
Also,
How was being dead? Not a lot of people
I was
get to
being
die.
dead, Chris.
Being dead, for the first couple of moments, you felt nothing at all. And as you, as you slipped consciousness and into death, you felt your ethereal presence fade into endless
That's the
darkness.
third time you've said that this session.
I've
Just
said
so
it
you
on
know.
purpose
Yeah.
because of that message that I saw earlier. I was just like, I will say it as much as I want. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, one time I said ethereal instead of
Yeah.
ethereal.
No,
You're
you said
real.
urethral.
Whatever.
It's not whatever.
The
it's just-
details are not important.
Wait, anyway,
Anyway.
what were you saying about what I said?
So you faded into oblivion, and inevitably you felt yourself bathed in a very warm light. But before you could really experience anything beyond this plane,
I was in
you felt your
hell.
soul yanked out and you were caught in this dreamlike state where you stood alone and had nothing but your own thoughts to occupy yourself. And in
Ugh,
that time, it
hell.
felt like years had gone by.
It was fine.
We'll talk more about what you thought about afterwards.
Oh no.
This is another one
Oh,
of your
yeah.
pranks.
Kind of jealous. I
There's
wish
just
I
so
could
much
die.
scheming that we do behind the scenes. Y'all don't even know.
So,
Yeah, no, it was fine.
can I interest any of you in like a treat of some kind? I do know, like, I must apologize for my wife. She really is my moon and stars, but she's just got a way about her. I implore you to not
Seems
think
great.
too much about whatever things she might have put in your mind. She doesn't see the future. Mm-mm.
Is Poppy telling the truth, or does Cleo see the future?
You can make an insight check.
5.
You get the sense that Cleo does not see the future.
Okay.
What's going on?
21.
Did any of you
Randy, you can absolutely tell that she is not telling you the whole truth. She's not lying, but she's not telling you the whole truth.
Would like to see my future, please.
You really
happening?
don't want to do that. And Cleo like holds up her hand. The man wants what the man wants. Might as well give him what he wants.
Oh shit.
Oh God, not again. Oh, can I get the rest of you something baked good, please? When all of a
What's
sudden
going
Cleo
on?
snaps her
I like big
fingers, and Randy, the realm around you fills and swirls with mist, and suddenly you find yourself in a dimly lit alley. Shadows seem to dance ominously from wall to wall. Ahead of you, you think you hear voices.
Knowing what I know, I'm just gonna shout, "Yeah, who's there?"
First, I think we're being listened to. You hear this very metallic voice. It's distorted. The words seem to skip about. Um, you can't tell exactly who is talking. Um, and it's the figure that's facing you. Their face shrouded in darkness, but make an investigation check.
Whoops. 12. No, wait, yeah, 12. I get -1 on that.
You're unable to discern the voice. Again, it sounds distorted and cut off, and even the face and body seem shrouded in darkness. But you think you see, kind of poking out from the robes, a collection of russet leaves poking out in different directions, and there's these leaves that kind of stem out from the hood itself, like at least faint outlines of it, but you can't see any descriptors. Um, and he's going to reach out and grab, they're going to reach out and grab the hand in front of them of the other figure. And through the distortion, you can hear, Sina, we must leave at once.
She's talking to me.
No,
Oh,
the figure is talking to the other
I
figure.
see. Okay. Can I attempt to get closer to see who the figure is?
Yeah, you can get closer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk towards him.
As you walk towards them, the visual structure of the figure doesn't change. Everything else becomes clearer. As you near the two figures, you can tell beyond a shadow of a doubt that one of them is Sina. You see the wisps of her short cropped blonde hair poking out from beneath the hood, and inevitably she even takes it off and turns towards you as you approach. But the other figure remains completely shrouded in darkness. And every once in a while, it almost fades in and out and disappears into static. It's like what happens to Miles Morales in Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
You're glitching.
He's glitching.
Looking at Cena and knowing that, none of this is real,
What are you doing here?
I ignore her and turn to the figure and I say, "Who are you?"
It's not supposed to happen like this. You're supposed to be talking to me.
Who are you?
A distorted voice replies, Why do you need to know?
Because I know who she is.
This is your future, isn't it?
So I've been told.
My friends call me Hansen.
Interesting. We've been looking for someone of the same name, it seems.
I know you all too well.
What do you know about me?
I know you and your pathetic friends seek to stop me. I know you've crossed somewhere you don't belong. And I assure you, they are coming for you.
Looking forward to it. And I hand out my hand to shake with him instead of Cena.
The hand grasps yours cold as ice, as though they aren't really there. Says, these powers are changing. Seems you can write your own future. As things start to fade away, and the vision fades, and you find yourself seated in the kitchen that you once were in. Well,
Yeah.
was it everything you hoped and dreamed to see Cena again?
Yeah. It was nice.
I'm sorry, what the fuck just happened?
To all of you, Randy was just sitting there the entire time. Like
Yeah, which
nothing
was
happened in
creepy.
front of you.
Yeah.
And Poppy goes, like I said, she don't predict the future. She just tries to show you memories. I hope she didn't show you anything too traumatic. I heard Cena, that lost lover. She does that all the time. I tell her, just because we're in love doesn't mean you have to make other people feel bad about our love.
No, that would be highly inappropriate.
Yeah. Yeah, so don't put too much stock in what she says. Just it's nothing. The parlor tricks, circus acts, right?
I want to look at shit. What's her name?
Cleo.
Chloe. No, not Chloe. That's my girlfriend. What's
Cleo.
what's your name?
I think it's
Her name is
Clover.
Cleo.
Cleo. Okay, it was close. It was close.
It's Clover,
I was-
yeah.
Okay.
It's Cleo.
Yeah, I look at Cleo, and I want to see how she's reacting to what Poppy's saying.
She pays her no mind. And she's kind of sitting there, like, twiddling her fingers. She goes, she's right. It's not real.
Could I have another insight check on that, or is that one too many?
No, you can have an insight check. You read Poppy, now you're reading Cleo.
Yeah. 17.
You get the sense that she believes they're not real. She is telling the truth.
Okay. Thanks for the tea.
Bless you. You're welcome anytime. Right, now that we're all good and friends, why don't you tell us about where the fuck y'all came from? Not every day we get planewalkers in here. Come on, I'll pour us some drinks, yeah? And he
What
starts
the
to
fuck
pour
have
a
you
bunch
been
of glasses on the table.
What have you guys been telling them? Are you just
I
telling everything to everybody that you meet?
we thought they were bringing you back to life, so we told like 2 people.
We thought we totally did. And don't worry, love, we're all friends here. Sorry, haven't made proper introductions. The name is Puck. I'm, housekeeper around here. Anyone can see Cleo, Poppy roll her eyes, but smiling. Just housekeeper. I manage the books and keep things nice and tidy around here. So if you need anything, just let me know. That's Poppy, cleric of Morn, and that you already met Cleo, the Visioner. And you want to have a good time. We can show you around Silverhaven if you'd like. Might be fun, right?
No. Does anyone know that we're here?
Well, we passed.
We certainly do.
Can you tell anyone?
We passed a bunch of people walking into town, but nobody seemed to pay us
Right.
any mind. Also,
And
Flora,
then there's Florin, right? Yeah, Florin. Yeah,
Who the fuck is Florin?
he's a good guy.
he
No, he's
stabilized the
bad. He
whole.
performs down at Blossoms and what was the name of that place? We were just talking about it.
Blossoms and
Anybody?
Brews.
Blossoms and something? Blossoms and Brews. That's right. See, you're an outsider and you already know this place better than I do. Well
Also,
done. Well done.
He
He's not
changes
the type
color.
that'll like sing things about his adventures or some shit, is he?
Nah, he's not that kind of bad. He more so performs like poetry and stuff. It's not very good poetry, if you don't mind me saying, but he's a very talented singer. But his poetry, man, it's shit, to be perfectly honest. And listen, like you got to accept my apologies. We just try and have a spot of fun. We don't get a lot of visitors around here, so certainly didn't mean to have y'all be so angry at me. But you know, you gotta forgive Cleo. She's been mad for Cleo, how old are you? 75. Well, about 75 years now. So you just kind of gotta let her have a thing, you know.
Honestly, no, I'm not mad about that part. That's just normal.
Sure.
They honestly should have
I
expected.
watched my parents die for a second time and watched my love be clawed away by frail, green, sickly hands.
Who the fuck is your
Oh.
love?
Oh,
Gwen, we have a thing.
Oh, your
you
love now?
Gwen. She sounds like a lovely lady.
Um,
Oh man, I don't know. Gwenda. That really wouldn't make sense, would it?
what?
Florin changed colors a lot, and he seemed really nervous. And also, I did tell him your name.
Fucking hell. Does that description sound familiar to me?
It is not.
I would like to pull out the amulet.
Okay.
Kick.
As you do so, you hear a knock at the door. Hey, hold that thought, friends. I'm gonna go get that.
I immediately hide.
Make a stealth check. Puck is going to
I'm gonna
amble
follow
over.
her inner.
Puck is going to amble over and
follow-
open the door. You may roll stealth checks.
I get a plus
And
to
you
hiding
hear
somewhere.
a conversation in Sylvan. So Branwenn and
Willem.
Willem, you are able to hear it without issue. And you hear a stony, rocky voice. We're looking for the fugitive Branwenn Froxspire. We
Okay.
understand she arrived here not long ago, and you are harboring her. You'll let us in as easily as possible. Branwenn Froxspire? Can't say I heard that name before. Branwenn Foxbriar? We got one of those here? Anyone? Anyone? Nope, just me, Cleo, Poppy, and our new friends here. Come to think of it, didn't catch their names.
Randy.
Randy,
Esteban.
Esteban, right? Esteban.
Esteban Ocon?
And,
Oh my god, who had 400 career penalties in his Formula 1 career.
Okay. Branwenn, what did you roll for stealth?
I got 17, but do I recognize this voice?
You do recognize this voice.
Who
You
is
recognize this voice as Lord Erevan Yukol.
it? Alright, I don't hide.
I gotta say, not every day we get a lord here. But then again, you know, who's to deny patronage to Lord of the Wild Hunt? Can I get you anything, Your Majesty?
Oh, are you? Hold.
That won't be necessary.
You're looking for Branwenn? She's a fae.
Yes, thank you. As he steps in, you feel the full weight of his presence as he bows his head and ducks under the doorframe and in and fills almost the entire room with his body. Standing as tall as Randy, if not a little bit taller. He has antlers that seem to be adorned like as though a crown, but physically part of his skin that stick out, not like unlike that of a deer, and leaf-crusted crown. He is bare-chested and just rippling muscles. Don't even really have to roll it, but we
Yeah.
will. That's a 19. So
Good. It's
plus,
right.
he's just
It's right.
he is one of the most handsome beings you've ever seen in your life. And he goes, Branwenn, it
I'm
was the condition of your banishment that you are not to show yourself in the Feywild again until brought back by our accord. Now, people have seen your dead body dragged through the streets, yet here you stand.
Uh,
I assume you have some means of explaining yourself. Tell me why we don't kill you now. Oh, gods, she wasn't supposed to be here. We didn't know. And Poppy throws her hands up, but also floats in front of you, as though to protect you. Just, we had no idea. You know what? They just popped in here, and they were just talking about leaving, so we let them go on their merry little way, and we won't have any problems.
yeah. Excuse me, Master. Esteban here. I was unaware of the conditions of Branwenn's agreement, and she's my friend, and she died, and I had this thing, and it let me come here, but like we'll just leave. Like we don't want to bother anybody none.
He closely inspects the amulet that you hold up before you. Is what you have is an abomination.
Yep.
We'll be sending you back to where you came from without it.
Yep. That.
You will not return here.
Uh, okay with me.
And when? We have much to discuss. You can stay here and plead your case, and face death, or you may leave here and never return. Ever. Her family is here. Perhaps she should come back. I really think she has to come back. Poppy gets aggressive. You hear it in the timbre of her voice. You dare speak to me this way. You must mean it. Leave now, or forget this ever happened, and I will keep this emerald.
You should know that somebody was trying to buy it, and we did so that they couldn't. That's the only reason why we have it.
Only reason why you have it. If it were the only reason why you have it, you wouldn't be here right now. Even in death, your friends, your companions should know you're not welcome here anymore. And I have you to pay for my position here. It is in that moment that you flash on a memory. Lord Erevan Ukul is not the Summer Lord of Silverhaven. He was Lord of the Wild Hunt. And you think for a moment now that your misguided efforts may have gotten him demoted.
Sir, I'm very sorry. I know I'm abomination and everything, but you should also know, and I don't know if you're concerned about this, that there's someone from our world named Hansen Deity who's trying to summon creatures from here over on our side.
You know all of Hansen Deity.
Oh, okay.
He is a fly, a meaningless peon in these worlds.
Okay. Well,
You need not concern yourselves with him, just as we not need concern ourselves with you, so long as you move away now. And with that, he snatches the amulet out of your hands.
well, okay then.
We have very little to discuss. If you have anything left to say, I suggest you say it now.
You're very attractive.
I'm aware of the effect I have on women, and men for that matter.
I'm
Have
an open-minded guy.
you ever thought that you lost someone or something that was really important to you, but when you get them back, it's almost like
Irvin closes his fist, and while your lips continue to move, the words don't come out. And you find that you've been silenced. Branwenn, these people advocate for you. This is the final straw. Return here again before you are called upon, and it will be death, not just for you. You know what consequences will be wrought if you return here. Are we clear? I suspected that Elray would keep you in better check.
Branwenn just nods. And then she's gonna ask, is the Autumn Court doing something in the other plane?
What did the Autumn Court have to do with the material plane? Did you mean the Winter Court?
No, not this time.
Okay.
I pivoted, motherfucker.
Ah, okay. The Autumn Court has no need to concern itself with the material plane.
It's been autumn for as long as anyone can remember.
Of course. The Autumn Court rules here in the Feywild. Whatever happens in the Feywild extends to the material plane. Our magic might be cut off from there, but we still wield great influence. No one has any means or desire to expand that influence. There are many pressing affairs to tend to here in our own plane.
Branwenn just nods. I'm sorry. I didn't know that I would be brought here.
We won't bring her back.
It won't.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And he extends his hand out, opens it, and a gate opens before you in the house, and you hear Puck cry, "Wow! A planar gate! Mighty fine diamond that must have cost him. Wonder if he's got any more."
I just walk through it without. Yeah.
You walk through it. Willem, you feel a gentle hand on yours. A little piece of paper slipped into it. And then Poppy floats up to your shoulder. "Well, it was so nice meeting y'all. Do come again, but not unless invited, right, Mr. Lord Aravan? Cleo, say goodbye." "Goodbye."
Willem
Right.
walks
Oh
through the
my.
gate, but not before turning around and saying, "Poppy, you're wonderful. The rest of you, get fucking bent."
You just hear a menacing growl from Aravan, like, "Hmm." And you hear Puck in the background. A little bit harsh, if you don't mind me saying. Are the rest of you stepping through the gate?
Is there anything of value that I can like see around me that I can just kind of grab before I?
Take the teacup.
There's a very nice there's a very nice looking teapot on the table.
I'm going to grab it from my hiding spot and just run through the gate.
Aravan like snaps his head and looks around, and Cleo goes, "Great. Now I need a new teapot." And you hear a snap as the gate closes behind you, and you find yourselves a little bit ways
wait, I didn't go
outside of
through.
Trowood.
Randy also.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
See ya. I'm gonna like start turning around. I'm gonna say, Well, it's nice to meet all you guys. Nice to see the universe and myself
Yeah.
expanded a little bit.
Yeah, you too.
And
Just a little bit, yeah.
yeah, and as I start walking, I turn around and I go, oh, I forgot my walking stick, and I walk behind Aravind to grab my fake walking stick.
Ervin's gonna kind of like turn and look around as you do so.
Where did I
Quiet
leave
down.
it? I start looking around.
Are you looking for something in particular,
Um,
or are you just buying time?
I am attempting to lose his interest so I can yoink the dimensional traveler
The
from him.
ammo.
Okay. You can make a sleight of hand check if you'd like to do that.
I would. My sleight of hand is straight trash, but we'll see how it goes. 10.
You manage to, as you kind of like, you duck around one corner and kind of like grab a nearby umbrella that you find perched against the side. And as you do so, you slip around and just tug a little bit on the chain that dangles from his hand. And you feel its weight fall into yours. And he just kind of glowers, he goes, "Any day now." And you feel the weight of the amulet in your hand.
I place the amulet in my pocket and I go, it was actually an umbrella, and I run out.
And you hear the gate close behind you. And you find yourselves in the woods outside Trowood.
What is on the piece of paper in my hand?
As you unfurl the piece of paper, it is a small note that reads in hastily written script: "She's important. Keep her alive."
Ooh.
I look at Branwenn and I say, I got good news and bad news.
Branwenn looks completely devastated.
Well, the good news, they're both the same thing, and I hold it up.
Um,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Branwenn just walks away.
I'm like, I got a huge grin on my face.
Willem gives you a high five.
Let's fucking go.
That guy sucked, even if it was really hot.
Yeah.
Branwenn, is that like your dad or your boyfriend or something?
I'm walking off.
Yeah, I'm yelling at you.
Answer.
You are all deep in the forests outside Trowood. What I will say is, Dunk, as you find yourself back on the material plane, the bead of light that was passed to you in your vision by Oleander comes to the forethought of your mind. And it's a memory you didn't have before, one from his eyes passed on to yours. You get the sense Oleander had been where you had been, had met Cleo. And you now see through his eyes a location in the forest not terribly far from here, about a day's hike, where the Borgin band hid the spoils of the robbery that day that you passed into the Feywild.
Hey guys,
Yep.
if if we're like good here, I think I know where we can find some cool shit.
I mean,
Hey,
I think
hey, Branwenn, you like cool shit?
In the
Branwenn,
distance, you hear
yeah,
nothing.
Branwenn, I think you would like this cool shit.
You
Branwenn, did you hear him? He's got cool shit.
Walk. I'm just walking.
So we're not even gonna talk about it, huh?
You just straight yelling.
Yep.
Should we follow
Oh.
her? She might get human trafficked. We should follow her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
should probably
we don't want
follow
that.
her.
Yeah.
Can I have cheesers, summon cheesers, but in the form of a bird with human hands and human teeth?
I think cheese is canonically. It can be whatever you want it to be, right?
Oh, he sure can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have cheesers catch up to Branwenn and tell her about the cool shit.
Branwenn, you feel this little fluttering. It's almost reminiscent of the fairies that you just encountered. Um, as a small bird with human teeth and human hands appears beside you. Just, hello, Branwenn. Master wanted me to let you know about the cool shit the dunk found.
Brandon's gonna stop, stand there for a good 10 seconds, and then just find a nearby tree and sit down.
All of you are able to catch up and find your previously almost dead companion just perched against the
Wishing she
tree,
was dead.
having a little cry.
Hey,
We all gotta have a little cry sometimes.
listen, I think we should talk about everything that's transpired, but also maybe we can stork in that while we go, because Dunk has cool shit.
How am I feeling after being dead and then revived?
Yeah, you're at 1 health point.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
not
you are,
doing well.
yeah. You were literally brought back from the brink of death. Your soul was cleaved from your body for a very short period of time. Like, you are feeling exhausted. One might say you were even feeling a level of exhaustion. And yeah, you're not doing great.
I get down, kind of sit cross-legged across from her, reach into my pack, bring out a flask, and I give it to her. And I turn back to the other dudes and I say, "Yeah, we should make camp. We should chill."
That sounds like a good idea. There's something I want to bring up once we're all settled in too.
Yeah, I got some shit too.
You all you all put together your camp, and in a short while, the sun is setting nonetheless, and dusk has arrived, and the sunbeams kind of float through and start to get lower in the sky, and the forest floor is coated in a rich hue of amber and auburn across the fallen leaves, and you all kind of find a nice log to sit on and enjoy a nice crackling fire.
I consider casting, using. Do I still have the same amount of spell slots as I did before?
Yes. Yep.
I consider using my last 3rd level spell slot to cast Tiny Hut, but then I don't.
Oh.
I don't, though. And I'm gonna send a message to Elray.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl. It's the
What's your
saddest hey girl of all time. You might get contacted by Aravan. Got into trouble. Won't do it again. And I don't ask him what he's wearing.
It's when you know something's wrong.
Oh no.
You get a message immediately. Branwenn, where have you been?
I can't respond.
Branwenn, Branwenn, you what did you do?
I fucked up. And I want to fight.
Okay. What did you do?
Yeah, that's a little scant on detail.
Yeah.
I feel like we have the right to know at this point.
Yeah, I
since
mean,
we-
he human trafficked. Dunk killed and ate his brother. You know, my family's house got burned down by villagers, and there's hags. So, like, you know our stuff. but we don't really know your stuff.
Okay. Fey lords aren't good at apologizing, so sometimes they'll sort out their problems by using the duelists, who usually sort out their problems and fix a fight so that they don't have to apologize. So I was supposed to lose, and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And so, did you get kicked out
I won
by
by a lot.
your boss? And your
Pretty
boss
much.
is the Summer Queen?
No, he
Okay.
was the Lord of the Wild Hunt.
Oh,
It's
is
not
that your boss?
anymore. Yeah.
Oh, Erevan, real hot.
Oh yeah.
That guy sucks.
He's normally not that way, but
Huh?
no, I really deserved that one though. So
Did you like win on purpose, or did it just happen by accident?
well, you can't really completely beat the shit out of somebody on accident, so
Was
I
this
kind
like
of lost it.
personal for you?
I mean, he made it personal. So
How?
just really fucking hate the guy, okay?
Okay.
Me and the guy that I was supposed to fight aren't on good terms. And I think he knew that I was supposed to throw it, and he kind of made sure that I didn't want to throw it.
Mm.
What
Sounds
did
like
he
So
do?
yeah,
you
so
got
yeah,
got.
so the apology turned into a fuck you instead, and it was all my fault. So is that enough detail for you now?
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
But they sound like unfun people to be around. So
It's only unfun
maybe
because I made it unfun. It's literally all my fault.
I mean, he could just apologize.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, well, neither is you losing, but that still, or you winning the duel, but that still happens. So, like,
I
who's
mean,
to
you
say
can
how stuff
clearly
works?
see that I'm very good at losing fights.
Well, you did a really good
That's
job, and
literally all I've done.
Dunk
I don't know about that.
cut that guy's legs off because you helped lower his health, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Listen, if we didn't think you
I
were great
drowned in
and worth
shit
having
in a
around,
sewer.
I wouldn't have brought you back. So, like, or I wouldn't have facilitated bringing you back. By the way, you're welcome.
You
We
know, my
like you.
family also got in a lot of trouble because of what I did, and now that me coming back, they might be in more trouble too. So,
So this brings me to my topic
well,
of
shame on the family. So that's
Sure.
cool too.
I understand that. This sort of brings me to
Oh,
my
sorry.
topic of conversation, which is like, do we want to set up like a magical DNR kind of system? Like anybody, if they die, not want to come back?
Don't bring me back there.
Okay, but if it's like leave you dead or try to bring you back there to bring you back, what do we do? We don't need answers for this now. I understand that's
I
pretty
gotta
heavy.
say, when you
Yes.
said DNR, my first thing that I thought was the Department of
I was
Natural
thinking that too.
Resources.
Yeah, I mean, do
No,
not
I thought of do not resuscitate.
Yeah.
magically.
We're like, are we against poaching?
Yeah.
Do not revivify.
Right.
Canonically, we are against poaching and human trafficking.
We are.
Yeah.
Canonically.
I was very confused for a second. I was like, what? Hard pivot, I guess.
For the record, if I die, I'm very excited to move into my next phase of life, whenever that's supposed to be kind of my thing, you know?
Mm.
Sorry, shouldn't say excited. Looking forward to. Think it will be interesting.
That's a
That's a
positive.
lot of. You're just a little thesaurus right now, bud.
That's a PMA, positive mental attitude.
Absolutely. And I take a puff
Yeah.
on my pipe.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Dunk doesn't really. Dunk definitely doesn't fear death.
You fear death. And there's a little guy with his beard like this.
Death is the only thing Willem fears. So yes, I would like to be brought back, please. Under any circumstances.
That's
Oh,
good to know. So we can have a little zomboy,
Yeah.
Zomboy.
like a permanent zomboy.
Branwenn's
Zom
kind of
young
a
man.
boy.
Excuse me.
What?
Zom man.
Zom young man.
Hey, how long have we been gone? How long was I dead?
Not too long. Half a day, maybe?
Chris?
Yeah, that was less than a day.
Okay.
It was about, like 12 hours that you
I
were
wasn't sure if time
meandering
worked
throughout.
differently in the Feywild.
It was about 12 hours of how you think it was.
I think Branwenn would Bran. Oh no, she probably wouldn't.
Make a history check.
Oh shit, that was really good. I did good. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, +0. 18.
You recall distantly in the back of your mind that Elray once told you to get used to the way that things were in the Feywild, because time moves very differently here. In the sense that in the few hours that you've been gone, it's very likely that several weeks have passed on the mortal
Oh, that
plane.
little maneuver cost us 40 years.
I got one more thing that I got to bring up, I think. So you guys all saw all kinds of cool things in your visions, and I specifically told her to, show me the future. And I think I met Hans and Deity.
Oh.
For
Yeah,
real?
Is he?
I mean,
Cool?
for fake, for real. He's not cool. He was shaking hands with Cena, and kind of seemed like he was didn't like us very much. So we got that to look forward to.
But do you think that was really Hans and Deity, or is that like Cleo's prediction or projection of Hans and Deity?
I think she knows more than she's letting on.
Yeah, I didn't
I think
like
it was
What-
real
what-
fake Hans and Deity.
What did he? What was he like? What did he look like?
He had all kinds of feathers and not feathers, weird like leaves, and he had a weird crown of like wood shit. He looked pretty like raggedy and kind of gross. But
If you had to
I don't know.
assign him a season, what would it be?
Chris, what would it be?
His entire frame and visage was shrouded in darkness. You only got like the outline of leaves and like a leaf crown, and sticking out from his sleeves as well. You wouldn't really know what season, if any, to apply. You know that he had, like, visually speaking, what you are able to discern from the shadowy figure is a slender, tall frame, um, wearing robes of some kind. To you, they were shrouded in black and grays.
Randy's
Yeah.
colorblind.
He was shrouded in black and gray. You know what? I'd have to say autumn. I'm just getting an autumn vibe from him with all the leaves, and I don't know. He felt like a crunchy old guy, like
Oh,
leaves.
crunch.
Oh.
Branwenn mentally is tying together pieces of string on a pegboard.
She's trying so hard.
Why was Cena hanging out with Hansen? Is she caught up with some bad folks from the other side of the tracks or what?
Well, that's for sure. That's for sure. That's for
Oh yeah,
yes.
that's right. She's working for Red Wine.
Yeah.
Real nice man.
I don't know. I don't know.
I got a thing too. Branwenn, you're from the Feywild, so like I don't know if you'd know about this. I don't want to be presumptuous, but like in my visions, hags keep offering me power and telling me that I'm not strong enough and that I need to take revenge. And today I mean, in that vision from Cleo, she showed me the man who killed my family and burned down my house. And I gotta say, like, it was pretty tempting. And like, I should not take hag power, right?
Well, I don't know. Do you want to be a hag?
Uh, Aren't I kind of like half hag right now? And like, what's the difference?
I don't know.
Do I get
You
slimy?
could be more
Yes,
haggy.
right. You don't really know what the impact would be, but you do know that they've given you the powers that you already have, and you could theoretically have more.
You could be haggy.
Oh, but they're offering me the opportunity for revenge, and that just sounds so good.
I mean, usually when you turn into a hag, you just turn into a complete and utter soulless bitch.
Oh well. I like being a soulful bitch. I
Has
don't
it
like.
been? Have we basically been short resting?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
But
Does
you
that
were
mean I
setting
get
up for a
some?
long rest anyway.
Yeah.
Does that mean I at least get a spell slot back?
Sure.
I'm gonna send another message to Elray.
Hey, girl.
Another so sad hey girl.
Hey,
The
girl.
saddest hey girl of all time. How long has it been since I last messaged you? What's going on? Yeah, that's all I say.
There's a bounty for your head in Trowood. The lot of you. You killed a man in cold blood on the sidewalk and then vanished for almost 3 weeks.
Oh.
When you return, return with care.
Oh, they don't know. Well, how would they know who Gordon Trunchbull is? Oh, that's not good.
I mean, technically, I think I could send him 2 more messages. Should I ask anything?
Are you asking for input?
Yes.
I mean, I kind of want to know if the farm's safe. Like, maybe if we need to lay low for a while, we could hang out there.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Any more
I forgot
beast
about the farm.
attacks? What else? How can we clear our good names? I don't know.
What is he wearing?
What is he wearing?
It looks so sad. Send another one. Hey, girl. Is the farm safe? Any news on Hansen Deity? Are there any attacks? That's it.
Farm is likely being watched. If you have anything to do with this murder, it's likely they're looking for you there. I know it's Gordon Truntmer. I've tried to convince Thomas of this. He may well see reason. You could plead your case to him.
Plead case to who?
Thomas, who you would know as Thomas Blunt, the chief of the city. Who, shockingly, you haven't talked to since the first session.
Oh. Um,
Oh, and yes, attacks get more dangerous every night.
I'm gonna send him one last one with my last 3rd level spell slot before I can go to sleep. And I just say, I'm sorry. And that's it.
Mm.
He replies back, I heard you were dead, and I wept. It's good to hear your voice.
Oh, El Ray.
Oh,
Hey, girl, hey.
Elray's a good human trafficker.
All human tra-
One of the good ones.
Not all
Threads I
human
thought this
trafficker.
campaign would of all the threads I thought this campaign would go down.
circle.
It wasn't that. And it was literally since day one.
I do think it's funny that my backstory and the human trafficking thing were separately born.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we need a nice nap after what has transpired today.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just gonna curl up into a tiny little ball. Go to sleep. And maybe
Uh,
cry a little.
before Branwenn goes to sleep,
God
Will
damn.
Will walk over and he sort of puts a hand on your shoulder and he's like, I thought we lost you, and I I don't think any of us were ready for that, and I'm sorry if I got you in trouble, but we're glad you're here. You're you're a good friend.
I don't think Branwenn says anything back.
Get some rest.
Having a moment.
Yeah.
That was cute though.
You know, can I do one thing before I go to sleep?
Sure.
I'd like to kind of walk out into the woods, find like a rather large rock and sit on it, like lotus style. And I'm just gonna say, hey, Adara, are you up there? It's
Be your boy.
me, Randy. It's been a while.
Your boy.
I hear nothing in response, but what you do feel is a faint, warm breeze waft over your face
Things have been
on what has been an otherwise still night.
kind of rough lately, and I don't know. I shake my head and I just kind of like go back to camp.
All right. You feel nothing else, but you return to camp, and the sun has fully set. The moon rising high in the sky, as each of you settles into your rucksacks for the evening, um, and let yourselves fall asleep. Who will be taking the first watch?
Well, ordinarily I'd say Branwenn, but given that you just
Yeah,
came back,
I can do
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Randy, you will be taking the first watch, and that feels like as good a place as any to end tonight's session. We thank you all for tuning in to Trauma episode,
Yeah.
and we shall look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday. And as always, you can make a contribution to Extra Life to support our efforts. And this is us having fun, but it's also for the kids. And as always, you can follow along with us at twitch.tv/Nat20Hot. Visit us on Instagram, which we never post on, at instagram.com/Nat20Hot. Coming soon to TikTok
We
near
should post
you
memes.
at the
We need to
same
post
username.
memes. I'll make
I do need to post memes.
post memes.
Please do. And as always, you can visit us on the web at www.nat20hot.com. Thank you all. Have a great week. And that's all I have to say. Bye.
Bye, Zomboy.
Bye, Zomboy.
Bye, Zomboy.